Yeah. Yeah. Shit. Grams leaders CC's pounds. Close cash, close call, close encounter, close up, pounds of liters of grams, get your dose up, cut this up and post up, and get dosed up. This for them voted like the movie, make the most of. Monday night at 8, I can't wait to set you straight. These opinions and debates, for them folk they can't relate. I gotta elevate your mind through these signs of the time. Dishing out that medication for that deaf, dumb and blind. And I ain't hard to find, you can catch me in them trenches. I do the groundwork and I ain't waiting on no sense. I be touching on them topics politicians fail to mention. And I don't vote for nobody that ain't got good intentions. I'm relentless for my people and I'm here to make a change. I got that truth serum hooked directly to your veins. Hey, this is for my people, tune in, catch a close-up, 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 a close-up, grams of it, tune in, liters of it, close-up, pounds of it, pounds of it, yeah, grams of it, liters up, pounds, get your dosed up, dosed up, dosed up,
Hey,
get dosed up.
Here we are, Monday. I think it's 8.
That's right,
you know
that's
what I'm
right,
saying?
that's right.
I believe I'm sharpshooter, aka Dose. Somebody just let something off in the background. That's Lab.
That's right. What's
We
going
both
on?
back at it. Usual suspects.
That's right.
Okay. So I'ma start off with my weekend, y'all.
How was it?
Believe
How
it or
was
not,
How
I
was
just had some me time, man. Some time to rest.
some time to recharge your battery.
Yep, meditate, you know what I'm saying? Just think. I didn't even really leave the house that much. I just sat back, wrote something, got a little bit more material for this podcast right here, and just enjoyed myself, man.
Do you think? Do you believe that's needed sometimes? Like we need more of that. Like more personal time to ourselves to kind of recharge and do some creative stuff and be a little bit more creative because we're so busy and rushing around and work and all that stuff.
Yes. Well, usually what happens is, man, once you start blinking, the weekend is over with. So, I'm really trying to handle some business. Although it's fun for me, it's business on the weekends, So
Right.
I feel like that takes up a lot of time, though, and it makes the time go by fast. So I do take a weekend every now and then just to sit back and relax. You know what I'm saying? Just stay at home. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Exercise or something at the house, or watch a movie or something. Just catch up on things that I normally don't have time to do because I'm dedicated either to work or my entrepreneurship type endeavors.
Right. But I believe it's good. A lot of us don't take that personal time that we normally do. So it is it's good for us all to get it together. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
I work this upcoming weekend, but I'm back at it the next weekend. I always plan ahead. I'm so strategic, so I got like the next 3 or 4 weekends almost planned. You know what I'm saying? But
So you
I'll
try
just
to plan ahead of
spontaneously
time.
take one if I'm tired, and I'll be like, I don't care what I got planned. I'm just not gonna do nothing.
Right. Okay. So you one of those types to try to plan a good bit ahead.
I plan pretty much almost everything that I do, either because it's going to take some money for me to pull it off and I wanted to go how I wanted to go, or, I just used to have, as a child growing up, kind of like bad luck. When I wanted something to happen, spur of the moment or spontaneous, I couldn't piece it together.
Okay.
I couldn't get all parties involved to either have time to show up or whatever, or either I wanted to do something instantly and then had the money for it or something, so it just didn't fall together how I wanted. But then I realized as I plan,
Things work out a little better.
exactly, give people a bit of notice, you know what I'm saying, then it works out.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. I get that. I just wanted to know because you seem to try to plan a lot of this stuff out ahead of time. So I just wanted to know what kind of planner you are. So what kind of black business we got, black facts we got going on today?
Okay, so all right, well,
It's still National Women's Month.
yeah,
right?
National Women's
Okay.
Month. So for the woman that I have, her name is Janet Rita Emerson Bashan. So that's 4 names. She was born February 12th, 1957 in Mansfield, Ohio.
Okay.
Got a bachelor's at the University of Houston, degree at Tulane Law School, and a doctorate from University of Southern California.
Okay.
Okay, now she's best known for a patent on a web-based EEO software application. So believe it or not, the EEO stands for Equal Employment Opportunity.
Okay.
This software application is called LinkLine, but it's now called Nalika. But I wanted to tell you the name of it first. But she got the patent under LinkLine, but changed it to Nalika.
Okay.
Okay. So this software pretty much assists with equal employment opportunity investigations in claims and tracking.
Okay. Okay. And she want to develop it and patent that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. That's
Yep.
what's up. Let me get that woman a clap.
Exactly. So we ain't gonna get looked over when we need some claims or any kind of tracking or something
Right.
like that.
I like it. I like
Yeah,
it.
exactly. But to see that, there's a lane for that.
Right.
You know, equal opportunity and employment. You know, wow. Okay.
Yeah, you know, it's a federal agency called EEOC.
Exactly.
And so that's probably part of that. But yeah,
Mhm.
I like
Digital
that.
wise.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
digital files.
I've actually had an experience or interactions with the EEOC, man. It's not that bad. I mean, they literally will do their due diligence. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like they're going to guarantee you anything, you know. It's basically that they're going to communicate back and forth with you, you know, depending on whether your case is strong or not, they'll hit up who you filing the claim against.
Okay. Okay.
So, you know, you get a little card from them and they touch back. So
Oh, okay.
I'll
Well,
at
that's
least give
cool.
them that. You know, it ain't one of them things where you call and you never reach anyone.
Right.
You wait months to get heard. You
Uh-huh.
know. So.
That's cool. That's cool. What's our black fact for today?
All right, now okay. So the black fact, this right here, this hit home, man.
Okay.
This guy right here.
Okay.
Ooh. Like he affects what we're doing right now and
Okay.
affects what I love to do in the studio booth.
Okay.
So we got Mr. James West, who was born February 10th, 1931 in Farmville, Virginia.
Okay.
Graduated from Hampton University and Temple.
Okay.
In 2006, he received the National Medal of Technology and Innovation. He holds about 250 patents for the production and designs of the microphone.
Oh, what?
So you know what exactly what I'm talking on. And when I get in that booth and I'm like, yeah. Oh yeah, mic check.
Right.
1 2 1 2.
Right.
You know.
To make you feel
Yeah,
good.
but exactly.
That
Something
black
to do
man
with
clearing that voice for you.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay, so it says like the designs of microphone and techniques for creative, I guess this is polymer foil electrics.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm going to read to you when I looked up what a polymer foil electric is.
Okay.
It says basically it belongs to the dielectric materials which exhibit a dipolar polarization or permanent electrical charges. So basically, we definitely needed Mr. James West to figure that out.
That's
I damn
right.
near got bipolar trying to figure it out. So I appreciate him, you know,
Right.
for enhancing this particular mic right here. These
That's
microphones,
right. Making them sound crisp and clear.
crisp and clear.
That's right.
you know.
We appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Without you, we wouldn't be able to talk like we talk.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be up in them studios on Saturday,
That's
like
right.
busting lyrics and stuff like this.
Nobody be busting them lyrics out and singing or none of that.
Nope, exactly.
Right,
So,
right. That's
making
what's
me
up.
look at a microphone different. Now. I'm saying the black man behind this.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, so you know, today we're gonna use these microphones to touch on the topic. You know, we're not gonna be morbid with this.
Okay.
I want to touch on how I think the world. So this ain't no Western thing. This ain't no my culture, my people thing. I think like the world is a little bit too desensitized to death right about now. You know what I'm saying? Versus I totally understand coping with death. We're gonna get on that too.
Right.
We might get on like suicidal tendencies or the age demographics in which, you know, maybe you shouldn't be too desensitized in death.
Okay.
Why the desensitization is kind of linked to violence in some of the environment and the media of what we're seeing.
Okay.
First of all, you can definitely start off with, man, I guess there have been wars since the beginning of time because you see it in the Bible. I've had talks with my pops from time to time, and I just would hear him say something about, yeah, when the war. And I was like, damn, man, you know, you grew up to a war. I grew up to nothing but war. So it's like, how many wars do we have to have? How many, you know, mass populations have to die? Like, is this part of population control? Are we desensitized because of that? You know, it's just, you can't escape it. It's
everywhere.
Yeah.
It's
We got wars going on right now, as a matter of
Right.
fact. So
It's everywhere. I mean, I think it's been, like you said, it's been around since the humans have been walking the earth. It's just, they say Cain killed Abel. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to think about all that time that violence and death has been around. And I think, let me ask you a question. Do you think it's in the human nature?
Yeah, I do now, but I think it's being triggered though. It's innate because you want to protect yourself, so that's an innate thing, which would be considered self-defense, which is, I kind of think, should be the only reason why you actually would need to be taking a life, unless you taking lives maybe to save someone, like, you know, the elder had their time on longest and they got to give up an organ or something. You see what I'm saying? A noble gesture, but just to be taking lives over disagreements, over animosity, over domestic disputes, things like that, I don't get it. Or over religion, you know, because how you gonna kill in the name of any being, or in the name of energy? Right. And the energy is supposed to be positive. So, you know, that's kind of what I'm on. You know.
Yeah, I think they use God and religion a lot of times to start wars. This is just my opinion. You know, I heard a podcast say a while back. He said, "Do you know how many wars have been started in the name of God, who's supposed to be a positive and righteous person? How many wars have been? Do you think that He would want all these wars to be started in His name? Like,
for centuries now.
Right.
So
we're talking about centuries. We're talking about thousands of years.
Yeah, and it's
from the
like
Crusades to today. Like, really, like."
And no man, no woman, no entity, no child could just upright just be like, you know, what's like, can we do this peacefully? Like, do we have to break out the guns? Do we have to break out the hatchets, the swords, the knives, whatever method you use to take someone's life? Like, you can use so many methods to save a life, to help a life.
Right. No conversations being had.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, where's the line being drawn, or where's the lessons being taught, where it's like they aren't as important as we are. Like, you know, another thing to me that falls under the line of like being desensitized of a life is we're considered numbers for who we work for.
That's true.
We're also considered to be almost like cattle.
We're considered numbers to the government too.
or
that
big,
Social Security number. They don't know us by our name. They know us by that Social Security number.
So that really, like that, but that number's attached to a living person.
Right.
You know, that person is loved by other people. You see what I'm saying? Like, you just can't be like, 2, 5, 6, 7, 9, 5, 8, 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, that person is expendable. Right. Because it's a number. You know what I'm saying? Or even because you don't know the person. That's another reason. You can't be desensitized to a life because you don't know the life. You don't know that person.
Do you think that's on purpose, though? Do you think having numbers attached to a person is on purpose to desensitize you to that person being a living being? Like,
it could be. That could be subliminally one of the reasons. And they could be using it as in the guise of differentiating people. You have different numbers for different people because names are the same. Right. So they'll throw that out there. Right. But you know, I would say numbers could be the necessity, but always playing on our emotions and hitting that chord and string and that balance of life and death, and having more death, more negativity, more violence, more showing people transitioning, as opposed to more life, more living, more positive, more helping, more picking someone up, more diffusing the negativity, more preservation of life. You know, in all of our, I put it to you like this. Watch a show, a famous show. You're going to see somebody get murked or killed, as they would say, in it. Beat up, bashed.
Unalive.
Yeah, unalive. Yeah, I'm going to unalive you. That's, man, unalive. Yeah, they're going to get unalive.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, but And it's like, do we have all the time in all of them though? And once again, now see, I'm not just gonna say our shows. Like in all of them, you can
All
look
shows,
at man,
yeah.
Narcos,
Yeah,
and
everything.
you know, pick another, you know, pick a British show, whatever you want to choose. But it's got to have the death in it, you know, as a defining. And now they even playing with the spirituality of the death with shows like Lucifer and stuff, you know. So
I kind of like Lucifer though.
I ain't never seen it, man. The name just made me be like, you know what, man? Okay, this is what we
Kinda
really
like
doing.
Lucifer, because
Uh-huh.
well, that's a copy for another.
No, go ahead and see me. Get on it real quick. I mean, you know, we got
Because
time. We
I
got
felt
time.
like Lucifer was a mirror.
Okay.
It was the show was showing us how we actually are as people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of us think that we're just so good and
We just so righteous and blah blah blah, and religious folks do it so much. Think they're just so much this, but in all reality, if you point a mirror at yourself and all the stuff that you're willing to do, you know what I'm saying, not just in the name of God, but just period, all the stuff that you're willing to do, you wouldn't think that you were so right. I mean, we are willing to do just about anything. We give no grace or no mercy.
Well, it's funny you said that. Actually, me looking in the mirror is what makes me more sensitive towards people, because I'm human, man. Like, I bruise, I bleed, I get emotional
You
like
one in a
everybody
million,
else.
though. You like
And I'm like,
a
why would I
unicorn.
want to bring some of these emotions or feelings out of someone else if I don't have to?
Right.
You know.
A lot of people don't, but see, that's the thing. When people are looking at the mirror, they say they look at themselves at the mirror. I do it a lot. They say they look at themselves at the mirror, but the mirror is painted over or the mirror is turned backwards. So they are looking at the mirror, but they're looking at the blank side of the mirror, which is not reflecting themselves back of who they are and what they're doing. So a lot of times, you know, they don't see the image that they're portraying. You get what I'm saying? We all think that we're better than what we are. You know what I'm saying? Just in general, and that in itself desensitizes us to death, because we are willing to, if we think that we're doing it in the name of protecting someone or, you know, family or whatever, we'll do it just that much quicker.
Yeah, but it's not like, to me, that's not even a that's not a factor of being desensitized. Then that's a factor of you're being triggered psychologically at a point where you're not always thinking, I'll take a life. You see what I'm saying? You're thinking at that moment, oh shit, I'll save these lives and I'll save mine. There are literally certain people that go outside and thinking, oh, I'll take somebody's life today. You know what I'm saying? Or they don't want no smoke with me today. You see what I'm saying?
Right, I get what you're saying.
Or even, you know, hell, you have police officers
Right.
that might go out there and just, sometimes they could be desensitized, not necessarily even saying, because I was going to get on, certain jobs can make you be desensitized, but there's a different level of desensitized where you're desensitized because you're a little bit compassionate, but you see it all the time, then desensitized because you're willing to bring it on. Like, oh, well, I see me a criminal right now. Or I see somebody, I don't give a damn if he breaking the law or not, I'm going to extract some justice on the extreme force and shoot him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't need a level of that walking around.
Right. Yeah, but we see. But let me ask you a question. Do you think that the proliferation of social media and the rise of social media and news and all that stuff, and being able to have so much news so readily available, so much information so readily available to us, that it has heightened the intake of death?
Clearly it has, because it'll even show you near-death experiences. So it'll show you experiences where it looks like someone was severely injured and hurt, but he got away with it. You see what I'm saying? And you be like, oh shit, I might try that. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, it's gonna always be that way, but it could be different because you have the same resources to show positive. You see what I'm saying?
Right. But you know, you don't get as many clicks, or you don't get as many viewers with the positive as you do with the negative. We all know that. That's just with regular media, not even with social media.
My thing is, if right now I could log on and see someone about to take a machete and behead someone, I would not want to see that. I'm not going to look at that, like that, heart that, thumbs down that, nothing. I'm going to be like, damn, and get off of it. Like, swipe left, swipe left. You see what I'm saying? So the people that will want to zone in and look at that, like, you have every right to, but I'm thinking, why would you want to see
Why
that?
would you want to?
Yeah.
What benefit does this?
Yeah, what does it serve you,
serve you?
and how do you feel looking at it then? Like,
Right.
describe it. Like, what do you think about that? Do you know,
They
because
desensitized. I don't think nothing.
well, okay, it's a difference between seeing it in the movie. I guess that's where the desensitizing come in, and seeing it in real life. If you can see it in the movie, but it's still not the same because they acting and that actor gonna get up. In real life, that person isn't gonna get up. Okay, in real life, there's no pain. I mean, in acting, there's no pain involved. You're not having to use as much pressure on them pressure points, and you're not literally taking someone's head off. So, I mean, I'm old enough to see the difference and understand the difference. I mean, you know, I guess people, they go to the movies and they know it. They know the difference too, but it play out in real life.
Right.
A lot.
That's even with games too. Like you have, you know, the GTAs and all that stuff. So,
You know, games are just they're starting to look more movie-like, and they're starting to be just as violent. A lot of them, not all of them. I'm not gonna say all of them. And I'm not gonna just blame them either. You know, you got movies, you got music, all that stuff has a tinge of violence in it, and a tinge of death in it. We all have to. I mean, you think about when you hear a rap song and they say, I'm gonna walk them down, I'm gonna walk down on them. And,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like things like that is desensitized. That's all a part of what you're talking about today, being desensitized.
Okay, so now, with that being said, let's say I'm going to walk down on him. Oh, shit, he had his gun drawn first. Fucked around and got put in a hearse. Now, how cool does he sound right there?
Right.
He don't. You see what I'm saying? You walk down on the wrong person, or walk down on him, bust 2 shots off. Now the cops come in. You know what I'm saying? Knock my block off. You know, whatever. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So say the whole story. Say everything, because clearly you didn't just walk down on him, and nothing happened. Everything positive went your way. You know what I'm saying?
That's just not how it goes.
Thank you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, say that shit. Say now I'm paying restitution or something like that. It was
Right.
damn near. You know, if you
20
tell
years later, still behind these walls.
yeah, I mean, you need honey buns now,
Right,
goddamn
right.
it. I don't want none.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? I live with the roaches and shit. I'm sleeping on the top bunk, one eye open.
Right. Stuff
You know.
like that.
Yeah, let us know the all of it. So then somebody could be like, you know what? I'm not gonna walk down on that nigga. I
Right.
don't like how that sound. I
Right.
don't like his
I don't
demeanor
like-
no more.
I don't like
walking down on somebody don't sound cool no more.
I don't like walking down nobody and getting 20 years honey buns. I mean,
Man, yeah. But so, okay, another thing that could be desensitizing us is maybe the lack of time that we do for these murders or for taking a life.
Now, hold on. I'm gonna give you a good. We do time.
Well, we do,
time for the simplest things. Like, we do time.
but now check this out though. They also have about 50, I don't know how many different classifications and shit. Premeditated, secondary, first degree,
A lot of that don't
manslaughter,
get applied
accidental
to us.
murder. Like, how many different ways do you have to categorize? You just took a life.
I don't think a lot of that gets applied to us, though. Black folks. I know that there's a lot of different categories, but I think those categories are not generally applied to us. And I could be wrong, but I just don't think that they are.
So with that to be said, if you black and you want to be treated fairly for a murder, don't murder.
That's it.
And there you go. That's how you
That's what I'm
solve
trying to
that
get
right there.
to.
You can solve that all day.
I'm trying to get to it.
Don't murder nobody, and you ain't got to worry about whether or not they gonna treat you like they gonna treat Timothy or whoever or whatever, Shane or whatever you want to
change your mind.
Yeah, change it. You know what I'm saying? Value life rather
Right.
than devalue it, rather than looking at it as if it's not important, and you might have less issues.
What happened to I'm gonna treat people like I want to be treated? That doesn't apply anymore. Do you think?
Well,
In today's
yes, it
society.
does. Because some people want to be treated gangster. They want to be treated
so?
like Scarface. So that's how they go treat everybody else.
You think
Remember,
so?
hey, if I go out, I'm going to take some people with me.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Hey, man, a lot of people have chips on their shoulders. I don't understand it. Could be a mental disorder.
I think so too, because I don't want to go out like that. I want to go out peacefully.
Well, I do have an example, man. I don't like to use names and stuff when it
Don't
comes to
use it,
these kind of
change it.
examples. Yeah, but I will use, I know this existed. This happened. Guy broke up with his girl, got upset. She wouldn't answer his calls. And so what he did was he felt like everybody was against him. When he had problems, he solved everybody's problem.
Right. Right.
No, when they had problems, basically, he solved everyone's problem. But when he had problems, no one solved his problems.
Okay.
So this man is like, okay, I'm gonna find her and kill her on live. But before I can get to her, I'm gonna take anybody that I come across out.
Okay.
So this man films this old elderly guy minding his own business. And was like, hey, you know what, today, how old are you, sir? He said something like late 60s. He was like, well, today gonna be a bad day. I'm sorry for you. And killed that man on live, right?
Right.
So then proceeded to go find the ex or whatever and try to kill her too. So my thing is, you got to be a despicable type of person, first of all, to want to take anyone's life because you emotionally distraught on what you have going on. But to walk up to an elderly person and take the last remaining years of what this man has, and you know he got generations to go home to. You know what I'm saying? And to do it within the blink of an eye because you said that when you have problems, nobody helps you solve them, but you solved everyone else's problems.
Right. What did you saw? I mean, like.
And there's a lot of people. There's a lot of instances like this. Or you can just go look at true crime, man. There's people out there that'll kill you over insurance money, and we know what them kind of people are.
Right. Slick said he did it for the gram.
Yeah, Slick, you are absolutely right.
Yeah.
For the but attention as you getting ready to go out makes no sense.
Right.
And doing it for the gram, once again, what that got to do with taking a life, man?
Like someone that ain't had anything nothing to do with you.
Exactly.
You didn't even know this man. He didn't even know you.
Man, it was heartbreaking because you could see that man looking in the camera. He don't know what's
going on in anything.
And like you know, that was something that I came across. Like, I don't even like trying to research things like that.
Right.
But sometimes I will look at like true crime podcasts and things just to check the temperature. Because I noticed that they'd be like, well, back in 1960 and 1990, now that thing be like 2016, 2020, 2024. You know what I'm saying? These true crime episodes be damn near almost like yesterday.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, man, you know, it's a lot of people out there that's aggravated, that do not value your life.
Right.
Could it be because they're post-traumatic from something?
That could be a good one.
Like, what are some contributing factors to?
Do you think environment?
Well, right now, man, it's like, yeah, I would always say it's almost like they're trying to program the environment to make you what you're around. I mean, you got AI, artificial intelligence on our phones. You know what I'm saying? They're kind of like I guess intriguing to us. You know, we shoot our pictures to see where that comes. So it's all these different mechanisms that they can use. You know what I'm saying? That's changing the environment that we live in. Yeah, clearly that. But I still don't understand how access can still, because I don't care how often I see it, I can turn from it, and it doesn't trigger me or make me want to do anything. But I can say I've noticed that if you see people handling situations a certain way, sadly to say, you start being like that. Okay, so one thing I don't do is I don't really honk my horn a lot at people, right?
Right.
But if every day of your life you were in a car and someone honk their horn, you would be a little bit more programmed to kind of honk your horn at people because it's just a reflex now. You see it all the time.
Right.
So, but you can't let that play a determining factor in whether you will take a life.
Right.
So I say that to say sometimes when I'm behind somebody and I'm like, damn, man, they need to speed up or they in my way.
Right.
I'm not to the point where I'm like, man, if I had a gun out, pow, so they can get the hell on out of the way. But I can say there's something in the atmosphere that makes you a little bit more upset than you would normally be.
Right.
And I check myself on that because that shit is scary, bro.
Yeah.
Like what decibels and frequencies they got going on that'll make you snap.
I had that issue yesterday or Saturday, going to a birthday party, and the guy in front of me was just driving like. He was driving slow, and he was just letting everybody in front of him. And I'm like, and then finally, you know, we get to the light, and the light is green, and he stops. Then it turns, and I just start blowing. I was like, because I was like, man, come on. Like, I'm already in traffic. Traffic's already bad. Because traffic on Saturday was terrible. 75, 285 was terrible. So I'm taking the street way, and there's more people on the street, and then he driving like he ain't got nowhere to be. Wait till the traffic died out if you just want to drive around for no reason. But yeah, I didn't check myself. I usually try to check myself and be like, you know what, ain't no big deal. But that I was not in a good mood, and I said, I blew the horn. I blew the horn. I was upset.
Well, you have every right to be upset, but that is one of the main reasons why I value life.
Right.
Because, okay, you felt that way. So suppose the driver feel a certain way.
Right.
And he don't value life, or he on one.
I get exactly what you're saying.
Now it can be a life loss over a horn honk.
Right.
So, and it go to the left quick nowadays. One, because it's funny because you can have a song that can subliminally make you
Angry.
devalue, angry, or escalate something. I'll tell you, I'm gonna give you the name of the song. Well, two of them.
Okay.
One of the song is you can honk at somebody. Oh my nigga, I go 0 to real quick. You see what I'm saying?
0 to 60 and yeah.
Real quick. You see, next thing you know, oh well, fuck, you know, and next thing, wow, or move, bitch, get out of the way. Not that that's an old song, but if you said that to somebody, you gonna trigger something. You see, so now, right then and there, some of these things is who are you as a person, and do you value the life enough so that we're not gonna have a misunderstanding where somebody gonna be 6 feet deep.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because once again, there are some people out there that you just talk to them or look at them wrong. You didn't even have to hit the horn, and we got an issue where it's going to be escalated to the point where you may need EMT or APD.
Or both.
Both. Yeah, you see, both. You see, you gonna really need both of them. You see what I'm saying? But, and it's like, that's where it comes into, to me, eyesight. Like, what are you really looking at? Like, when I look at a person, man, I look at a human. I look at a breathing body. I look at a person that can bring joy. You see what I'm saying? They can bring pain. They can bring negativity. They can bring positive. You know, they can be positive as well. But first of all, it's a person. They got to have some type of benefit of doubt. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you're looking at me and you see red, you looking at me, you see black, you looking at me, you see opposition, you looking at me, I don't know what you're seeing, then I'm praying you value the life that you're looking at, because you can do anything when you don't even know what you're looking at.
Well, you can do, and Kimberly, Michael Snyder said, I just had this conversation today. Great, we having it now.
Thank you.
Appreciate you tuning in.
Yeah, I really appreciate that comment, because you just, we call that an affirmation. So you just let me know that this conversation needed to be had. This topic needed to be had, and it's not a morbid topic, because I kind of felt I was kind of thinking twice about wanting to talk about death, because we don't really talk about it a lot. It's considered to be taboo, and it shouldn't be a negative topic, to be honest with you.
Right.
So I really appreciate that.
Look, it's you know, we talk about what did you see, but a lot of times you can be so angry or be so distraught from other things, not necessarily just anger, but just the day in general, that you don't see nothing.
Well,
you know that how people say, I blacked out. You know what I'm saying? That really does happen when you get so angry. You have so many things piled up on you that you do blank out. I mean, you get what I'm saying? So, like, that happens.
So desensitized, like I say, gonna be my trigger word. You can't be so desensitized that the anger replaces life, because you only get one life. You can get chances for numerous mistakes depending on what they are.
Yeah, but I mean, we were talking about what we see.
Yeah, what you see. I got you.
And I was just making sure that we understood that a lot of people, when they get that angry, they don't see anything. And I agree with you. You shouldn't let it get to you like that.
So, okay, now I'm glad you said that, then, because now we can get to probably a little bit of resolution here.
Okay.
If you get that angry, you've been that angry before.
Right.
So you should know that you don't see anything, and you should be trying to seek some help.
Right.
Because you need to be able to focus on something. You need to be able to see something. You need to be in your right frame of mind to know everything that's going on. Because if you don't even see anything, then you're going to be one of them people that's going to be telling the damn detective, yeah, I blacked out.
But it happens more than we laugh
get you a lawyer first.
It happens more than we realize. People do say that a lot. Like, I blacked out. I blanked out. I didn't realize what was going on.
don't black out, because blacking out, how can you control if you can't see nothing? How can you control anything if you blacked out?
Right.
So okay, that's a good that was a good, a good topic right there, is blacking out. Blacking out, I would say you definitely not psychologically sound in your right frame of mind.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna disagree with you on this though, because I'm gonna say that some people have so many things that they go through within a day. And don't get me wrong, I'm not justifying the being desensitized to the death and the fact that this is a human being you're having a interaction with. What I'm saying is that some people can be so angry and have so many things weighed on them. Now at that time they may be mentally disturbed, but on a general basis they're not that type of person. And I'm gonna give you a good example. When a person has had no issues, has had no problems, never been in trouble with law, but have that crime of passion. A lot of people blank out on that when there's something happens, like they catch their man cheating with another woman, or catch their woman cheating with another man. Those things actually happen. You get what I'm saying? So at that point, at that particular point when it happens, you're right, they're probably mentally disturbed. But during their life, they have never been that way. So it's back to that trigger, what you said, that trigger, what we said earlier, that you talked about being triggered.
This would be the advice that I would give to that person. Because if you're going to be to the point where you're like that angry, then don't have to prove a point or solve a point. You know, where some people I gotta solve this issue. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna resolve this issue and this problem to the point where I'm gonna take you off the planet to do it. You see what I'm saying? There has to be a middle ground with the anger. There has to be a middle ground with the thought process and the decision that you're making when you've gone through these things and you're still going through something because somebody just triggered you. That's why I had to say, man, I mean, if you're so desensitized to something, to life, and when I say life, I don't necessarily mean humans, because there's some people, they'll go home and beat the shit out of their dog. Seriously. Yeah, because they angry. You see what I'm saying? That's a life. That's a life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yank that motherfucker up damn near to almost death. So, and that's the type of person that will probably end up proving a point on a human. You see what I'm saying? So you have to have a trigger to yourself of when to stop. When to value, or when to say, hey man, I wouldn't want this to happen to me. Or am I going too far with this person? Does this person deserve what I'm doing? What did this person even do to why I'm doing this? And okay, you said there could be a couple of things. Well, if that person didn't do 3 of those things, that person shouldn't get 3 times the you know what I'm saying? Right. What you dishing out giving that person what everybody should be getting. Right. So in that point, you would be wrong.
Yeah. A lot of times when we're in that state of mind, a lot of people don't think about the consequences of what they're doing. Like I said, there's no quarter given. There's no grace and mercy. It's all about how I'm feeling and what I need to do to solve this issue of how I'm feeling. You get what I'm saying? Like you said earlier, it's like, I feel this way. Like you said, somebody's got to pay for the way I feel. You get what I'm saying?
So I look at it like this, then, man. There have been times I wanted to load up an AK and go handle somebody. All right, now did I do that? No, because one, when you really started boiling down to what they did, it really wasn't even worth it, because they didn't load up one on me. Right. They didn't shoot me. So, okay, why am I going to bring that type of pain to somebody, first of all?
To 2 people.
And then I know a bunch of people, because my family, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm like, okay, there are always consequences that's going to come from behind what I'm doing. And then I'm like, okay, what is so serious? Because see, that's the point. That's why I'm getting at with the desensitization. Life and death, sir, is fucking serious. It's as serious as you get, because you only get one life. So you only get one mistake that's life taking, because you ain't gonna come back from it if it take your life. So to be desensitized to life, and out here you'll take a life, it is baffling to me. So you ain't gonna put me in too many instances where I'm gonna be the aggressor to take one. You put me in a situation where I'll aggressively save some. That's it. Unless, and I ain't even the one that really want to go to war, unless it's hell, unless you're trying to come at war with us. Right. So it's inevitable. then yeah, let's do it. You see what I'm saying? But I'm not signing up for nobody's war and a person ain't did shit to me.
Right.
Because the people overseas' life just as valuable as mine.
Right.
That's how I look at it.
Right.
So
I don't, like I said, I don't think people value that life aspect, and I don't think people, like we said earlier, think about how they would want to be treated. Nobody thinks about how I would want to be treated. Like I want to be treated this way, but I'd be damned if I'm gonna let somebody, like, we always feel like somebody is playing us or whatever they call, tricking us or whatever. So I'd be damned if I'm gonna let somebody get over on me.
Well,
and we have that, like how you say, people come outside angry. We come outside like, ain't nobody gonna get over on me today.
see, when you start respecting the quality of your life and your health, you might be respecting someone else's. I do, because I respect mine. I like.
Do you really believe that people who take life and death, who take a person's life or unalive someone, don't care about their life? I think they do. They just don't care about that.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell it to you like this, and honestly, I would say it doesn't matter what they tell you. You're gonna have to shave 10% of it off because of energy and karma. So I would say 90% they care, because they could say they 100% care about their life, but if you going out there taking folks' lives and they're not threatening yours, it doesn't matter what you say. You telling energy, you telling Earth, you telling the universe.
This
You
is
don't
what
give
I
a
like.
shit.
This is what I like.
And that's what's gonna balance it out regardless.
Right.
It might make lightning strike you. You may not die by the hands of nothing. It may be some poisonous shit. You might get stung by a bee or have allergic reaction. Something's gonna happen to you because you're doing
karma.
it. Yeah, exactly. So with that being said, that's why I don't play with life and death. I mean, man, that shit is a plane. It's a level plane. It exists daily, 24/7 around the clock on Earth. It's gonna be somebody that's gonna pass. It's gonna be somebody that's gonna, you know what I'm saying, be born. Sometimes if depending on how you lived your life, you can transition through another vessel. Believe it or not. That's if you into that.
Right.
But there have been cases, you know what I'm saying. That's just a topic for another.
Oh, yeah, we had that for another conversation.
But it still all plays into having a value of it.
Right.
And life is precious, man. Like what should
Very,
make people
very.
understand it's precious and valuable, and you shouldn't be desensitized to it, is because you were once born. You were once a baby in someone's hands with the world in front of you, and you were helpless, and no one slammed your ass on the ground and took your life. You know, if you were blessed to be living right now, be thankful for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You have to sometimes look at it as, I pat myself on the back, pat yourself on the back that you didn't get yourself in a situation where somebody maybe wanted to take you out.
Right.
Or you didn't do anything so death-defying as far as entertainment that you took yourself out. You know, a lot of the times, people would be desensitized in the form of entertainment, be damn near willing to bungee jump on something with rust.
Right.
And the cord is too short or something. You see what I'm saying? It's just thrill seeking.
Right.
And it's like, okay,
Yeah. Right.
you get that thrill of your life for sure. Go places where they're not supposed to go. You know, swim distances where you shouldn't be swimming, you know, playing with sharks and things like that, you know, of that nature.
Right. Bungee jumping and base jumping and all that stuff.
Riding motorcycles,
Cycles.
man, you know what I'm saying? With your hands not even holding
On the
the
wheel.
handlebars. You know, you're doing the crucifix on it and things like that.
Right.
I just say, if you one of those type of people, because to me, I think if you are suicidal and it's not because of a mental health issue, then you're desensitized and you kind of reckless and crazy. You know what I'm saying? Just don't be that. Suicidal affects you anyway, so don't bring anyone else with it.
Right.
Definitely seek help.
Right.
You know, if you're the type of person that feel like, if you listening to my conversation and you like, wow, man, I really don't kind of care about people's lives as much, man. Seek some help, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Look into that.
Right.
I can understand not necessarily crying or boo-hooing because people pass that you don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I still feel empathy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be that type of person you know, we crying over celebrities and things like that, but feel some empathy. Like, don't be to the point where you're so desensitized that just because you don't know a person that you don't think that they will value. Talking about it helps us prepare more, because it is a part of life. You know, shit, I don't want to go tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But if I did, what type of legacy would I leave?
What you leave behind.
To me, you know what I'm saying? That's important. You can try to say that, oh, you're going to be dead, so what difference does it make? But it make a lot of difference, because it's the quality of life that you lived while you were above ground.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What it makes a difference, because your name can live on in a positive light. You know what I'm saying? You may leave generations behind that may look up to you. You don't want to go out negative, bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't give a shit about nobody. Like, you know.
Then if you don't give a shit about nobody, who's going to give a shit about you if you do pass away? If things do happen to where you're not alive anymore.
Yeah.
And that comes to the point of what you were saying earlier, like the responsibilities of death. There's still responsibilities after wills and insurance and stuff like that needs to be taken care of.
Yeah, exactly. You know, who gets your belongings, your materials, if that's important to you, your you know, your heirlooms, if that's who you want to leave something behind for, you know, start planning and preparing these things out if you're of that age range.
Insurance is very important.
Oh, well, you know, I definitely have life insurance.
Right.
So, you know, my daughter will be set. I'm like, damn, I hope I gave you more money when I was living than when I passed.
Right,
shit.
right.
I'd be like, hey, man, dig me up, man. Throw me a couple of stacks in the grave with me, man. Just as I was buried with it.
But that's very important, the life insurance aspect of this conversation, and the will portion. We don't talk about, like you said, death is not talked about, it's taboo. But those things are important too. Those things need to be handled, and especially if you of the age, or you know it's coming. You know how many, we don't know how many summers we have.
Nah.
But we know that we need to prepare for those last summers.
It shows that you care enough about your life
and
to
your
be
family.
Seen off properly by your family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody want to just be thrown on the side of the road nowhere, man. You know what I'm saying? Thrown over there near the creek.
Pauper's grave.
Exactly. You know, I mean, yes, we get it. We don't have to have a gold casket. You don't have to King Tut me. You know what I'm saying?
Fish fries ain't
but hey, yeah, but you know, plan out whether or not you want to be cremated or you want a burial plot. You know what I'm saying? Plan whether you want your ashes thrown over there near the Serengeti somewhere.
Every little aspect is important.
Yeah, it does count. It count. You know what I'm saying? Because believe it or not, if that's the mentality, that's what you want to have. That's the vibe and the energy that you want to put around the energy that you called your life as it was existing. You never know what may happen for you in the afterlife.
Right.
Shit, but you know, plan it out. Be positive with it. You know what I'm saying? Because it may happen. It's gonna happen. Ain't no may about it. You just don't know when.
Right.
You know, and we all want to be positive about that.
So let me ask you a question. We go back to desensitization, desensitized to death, and we were talking about movies, social media, and music and video games. Which one of those, and news itself and media itself, which one of those, in your opinion, desensitizes us the most? Your opinion.
I think it would be music. Because music you listen to every day. You might not necessarily watch a movie every day.
Right.
Movies now have soundtracks to music. Okay. If you were to hear a certain song that triggers you, you could tell what you were doing when you heard that song. We all remember the songs of our childhood. We sometimes remember some of the things we were doing. We use music for motivation. We use music to exercise.
Right.
So you use music in church. You know what I'm saying? Music is healing. They use music in hospital settings. It'll be a harp, pianos. You know what I'm saying? So you know, relax yourself. So it would definitely be music that I would say could be like the most influential.
Okay.
Now, how it can be the most influential as far as desensitizing. If you hear music every day, I'm about to take this gap, about to shoot this man, about to do this. I just popped him, just did two, didn't have to do no time over. I just did this. I put him in the dirt. Oh shit, I'm gonna go out like this. Oh, if you want, you know, if you hear that all the time in your music and it's rhythmic and you can ride out to it, who's to say you might not get into something?
Right. It makes you okay. I get what you're saying.
Okay,
Yeah.
I guarantee you this: when anybody's sliding and riding, are they sliding to some Candlelighting You with Keith Washington?
Keith Sweat,
Keith Washington and
Right.
Shantae Moore. It just came to mind. That's a smooth.
That's a
song.
smooth. You went way back
Hey,
with
man,
that Candlelighting You.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's just saying, ain't nobody finna be, ain't nobody,
Ain't nobody-
Candlelighting You
I don't
now.
think ain't
You know what I'm saying?
nobody-
I hope they gonna shoot up the club to that now, but they not finna shoot up nobody.
I don't think they gonna shoot up the club to no Candlelighting
No,
You.
no. The one, well, hey, you know, I'm talking about the woman club. You know, hey, but you know, you get it. But anyway, all right. So it's you know, it's a lot of times when
So let me ask you. Let me go back to that. The music, the media. Give me in your order. Your order. Give me your order of how you think that goes. You said music is number one.
music, because you can take that with you more than you can take the movies.
Okay.
Then it's gonna be the movies because that's monumental, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's gonna take about an hour or better of your time just sitting there.
Okay.
There's gonna be some plot behind it, so they're gonna try to pull strings and trigger emotions.
Okay.
It's gonna be reason and dialect behind that killing.
Okay.
So you might relate to that.
Okay.
So that's where that comes into play. And what you say the other orders were, the other ones I had to choose from.
We said music, movies, social media,
Oh.
and video games.
Okay, all right.
Well, we're just gonna say media in general,
Okay,
like
so
social and
I say media, the social media and all that, because that affect the young folks too. They'll jump on that, and you know, you have more access to it now. As far as you got it on your TV, you got it on your phone.
Right.
Shit, you got media in the supermarket when you're looking at the magazines. It's everywhere you go, even on the train, damn near. All right, and then the last one, the video games. I say that because, you know, you got some adults that'll still do the video games, but damn, man, if you out here trying to Call of Duty and you in your goddamn 40s, man, you need to sit your ass down somewhere.
oh, well, it's people in 40s play Call of Duty.
I'm saying you can Call of Duty clearly that,
Right.
but if you taking it to the streets and you like trying to shoot somebody, man, because of that, something wrong with you.
Right.
I mean, it's something wrong with the youth for trying to do it, so it's definitely something wrong with you. You need to
Okay.
shrink, bruh. Keep it straight
Need
on
to
your
be on somebody's
gaming
couch.
console. Yes, just stay a couch potato with it, bro.
Right.
And nobody's knocking you for doing it. You know what I'm saying? We knocking you for trying to do it in real life.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, in the arcade games, I mean, man, like that's less realistic than a movie. So, and it's an arcade. It's a game.
Right.
Game, hence meant to be played.
Right.
So, you know, you can kind of tone it down a little bit with that.
Okay.
But the other ones, like I say, you got music. So, yeah, I would say
Okay.
those rank a little bit higher to me.
Okay, I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna let you slide with that. I'm gonna let you slide with that one. Do you think that we was talking about earlier how so many wars and deaths has happened because of religion? Do you think people who are religious folks, do you think that they even think about those things? Like, do you think they even gather those things in their mind and think about how many wars and deaths how many wars has been had and how many deaths have been, you know, how many people have been, you know, unalive because of this religion or that religion?
So here's the thing. If you into religion and you are into some kind of war, you played out by now, bruh. Like, this has been going on since man and women have been in existence. It ain't gonna work. So ain't no warring in the name of no God, no Jesus, no Allah, no whoever, whatever name you want to call it, that's played. Okay, now I can say I'm not gonna touch the topic of holy grounds and all these other things, but I will say if you're still going to kill over these holy grounds, it's played. Because if you ain't had enough bloodshed over all these centuries and generations of dying to understand, ain't none of y'all gonna get the shit, you know, the ground. If you can't do it peacefully, damn, you know, it's like you're not gonna get it either way. You're not getting it violently. You might as well choose peace.
Six say a lot of people are really devout about it, though. Not really devout in their religion.
Okay, so I get it. You're devout, but how is taking a life doing anything? You see what I'm saying?
They don't see it that way. I think they see it more of in the name of this person.
Well, in the name of no one am I going to kill no one.
Right.
I'm going to save and protect someone in the name of my goddamn self.
Right.
And in the name of Smith & Wesson or whatever, Heckler and Koch, you know what I'm saying, F&N, whatever these guns that these humans be making, if you try me and you try someone else that, you know what I'm saying, ain't trying you, you gonna get it. Other than that, I got respect and I value your life. I mean, and that's the thing. I'm not running around here desensitized. Like, I want somebody to try me. I hope I never get tried. Because I don't even want to take the life that I would have to if I get tried.
Right, right.
So that's how we going with that. But I mean, like I say, wars, that's not a good enough excuse for me. Disagreements that aren't physical, just verbal disagreements.
Those can escalate real quick.
They be escalating quicker than damn religious.
Right, right.
But somebody shoot you over a verbal disagreement before they wheel over the Holy Land.
In the Waffle House about some hash browns.
Man, you fried them too hard, bro. You put too much oil on it.
In the Waffle House about some hash browns. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, you know, yeah, they will. They'll shoot you over a sandwich and some mayo.
Right.
So, and that's a sad story because I kind of know a party involved in that issue, and you know, and once again, okay, that's a first-hand
Slick say at
occurrence.
the gas station. You're right, Slick, at the gas station.
A first-hand occurrence of how I could see how being desensitized, playing video games, not caring about life, not understanding the severity of a weapon. You shoot somebody and you think that they still alive, and then they pass, and now you got a murder, and you upset because you didn't think that you killed that person. You use all the excuses you can, but what it all boils down to is this disagreement.
Right.
And you know that when you have a gun,
that's what happens.
Two people have a gun.
One
person shoot first, the other person never pulled theirs out, never aimed it. You know, now it's in law's hands.
Right.
And lives are lost, man. And that I just shook my head on that, man. Like damn. Right. Damn. I still ain't got over that. Not only that, but you know, I lost a couple of folks, man. Friends, you know. You know, and I know they brothers and families, you see what I'm saying? And this ain't even over violence.
Right.
You know, these are like accidents. So, yeah, man, life is precious, man. There ain't no need to be running around here trying to take nobody's life. Because believe it or not, man, there's so many ways we can pass on our own naturally.
You need to be living yours to
with
the
an
fullest.
accident, yeah, man. Who gives you the right to take someone else's?
Right, you need to be living yours to the fullest because you don't know when your time's up.
Yeah, man. If you got kids, look at your kids and think about how they would feel if you didn't come home, and then look at someone else and think the same way about them. You don't think that, oh, I don't give a damn, I don't know that person. No, think the same way about them, whether they got kids or not, because guess what? They got a mama, they got a daddy. And if they don't, they had to cope with that person passing too. You see what I'm saying? So you can't just be desensitized to anyone's life nor their emotions or feelings.
That's true. That is true.
I work at a hospital, and it doesn't make me desensitized. As a matter of fact, it brings it home even more.
Okay.
It makes me empathize even more. I thought I'd be a little bit desensitized, but no, because you can turn that corner and see some shit and, oh, man, not prepared for it.
Right.
You know, half of somebody's face might be missing, you know. Or, man, okay, give you another story. Was working, I had to refill a Pyxis machine at the hospital. So I saw this older gentleman drop off his wife.
Right.
They're elderly.
Right.
She had a procedure in the cath lab.
Okay.
Gave her a kiss on the cheek. Was like, I'll be back after the procedure. I come back down to refill the machine some hours later. I see nothing but big wigs, management, and I could feel distress on the hallway.
Right.
So I'm like, damn, what's going on, right? I didn't say nothing. So I'm getting ready to go to the room to refill the machine, and I know one of the guys that was doing the procedure, and he came to me and he was like, damn, man, it ain't a good day. I was like, what you mean? He was like, we just lost one. And so basically, the old man's wife, who he just kissed, they something went wrong. Basically, they caught her the wrong vein or something like that, or vessel. Basically, soldered it with heat, and it killed her. So she didn't make it.
Right.
So I had to understand that they have procedures in place. Some people now have to talk to this man about something that should normally go like clockwork went wrong. And he's not going to be able to leave with his wife.
Right.
And they're in their golden years. You know what I'm saying? So I empathize with that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, man. It really made me say, damn. Like, she came to the hospital expecting to leave, man, and didn't. So, nah, you ain't gonna never catch me running around, man, trying to take somebody out.
Right.
It's not the look on that man's face, man. Working at a children's hospital, hearing a grown man cry, man. Like the way that I heard, bro, over his child, man.
You heard the pain.
I don't wish nobody that pain. I don't wish nobody that pain where a man be on his knees and don't care who walking past him. You know what I'm saying? But these are the things that we deal with. You know what I'm saying? As humans. So I'm here to kind of like do my part in speaking and, man, like just bring some awareness to it. Like, there got to be other ways, you know what I'm saying, than finalizing someone else's.
Right.
Like,
I agree with you 100%.
If you feel like I said, if you feel like you one of them that black out, get help with it because something has triggered you. Something's going wrong in your brain where you can't have a sequential order to your actions once them endorphins get to popping and your adrenaline go off and you angry.
Right.
So with that being said, if you can't, like I say, if you can't determine or see what's going on, how do you know what's going on when you lash out at that person? How do you know what you did to that person?
Right.
A lot of us who maybe have been neglected as a child in life or have had a near-death experience, maybe that may bring us closer to being desensitized or taking one, but it hasn't with me.
I thought near-death experiences sometimes open your eyes to trying to live a better life.
Well, it did with me. I've had 2 of them.
Trying to be kind to folks and respect folks and do things a little bit differently than you were doing before it happened. You get me? Before you had a near-death experience.
It made me,
even with it's eating better. Like if you had a heart attack and a near-death, you start eating better and exercising more. Just those type of things.
My near-death experience made me want to keep my feet on solid ground, to be honest with you. Like not trust a lot of water, not trust a lot of heights, not trust a lot of Ferris wheel type shit. What you call them? Amusement park rides.
Amusement parks, yeah.
Yeah, all of them roller coasters and things like that, man. Like, I don't bring that on me as far because I've had bad experiences growing up. Damn near drowned twice, almost choked to death, you know. So, I'm damn near like a cat. Seriously, man. I must have a sphinx in me or some shit.
Right.
Got 9 lives on me. That's why I got a phoenix tattooed on me, because I done rose from the ashes numerous times, y'all.
We got a guy who do a show with us on Sunday. He called himself Angel Phoenix.
Angel Phoenix?
Because he done rose from being shot and sung a couple of times, so he feel like he done rose and resurrected a few times, so he's Angel Phoenix now.
I can't do nothing but respect that.
Right,
you know?
right.
But it's funny that, the near-death experience is like, doing a little bit of research on people that have been shot a couple of times, and that's the first thing that they say, like borderline death. And believe it or not, it looks like you can go either way. You can come back crazier and more willing to take somebody's life because somebody tried to take yours, or you can come back and you real low key about it because you've seen, oh boy, it'll take you up through there.
Right,
you know?
right.
But you've had people that have near death experiences, and it came from surgery.
Right.
Or it came from just a car accident or something similar to that. And those are the ones that definitely, like what you just said, they take their time now.
Right. They
You
focus
know, it's like
a
they
little
thumb through life,
Mhm.
and they respect it. Each breath is
bit precious.
yeah.
Right.
But that's how I am anyway. Like it's the
Right.
spring day, me waking up damn near like, man, you know,
Right.
because
You have to appreciate it more.
You got to,
when you
man.
almost lost it.
hey, not only that, but you just never know when that ticker may cause complications for you.
That's
You
true.
know, when you may have a stroke, man, you know, you want everything in balance as you can. That's why life is precious. Your life is precious. My life is precious. Everyone's life is precious, man.
Right.
Even the animals, the insects, even though you might not like some of them bastards, you know what I'm saying? You may exterminate a lot of them. They all got their meanings. But as far as, you know, humans and beings as we exist, man, I think we just need to brush up on it a little bit more, man. You know, we have all of these national days. You know, they need a damn a National Human Awareness Day or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Where
National Human Awareness Day.
yeah, where we either try to treat each other like we would want to be treated, like we would treat ourselves, or you know, whether we discuss how we value human life, what we like about each other, what we like about life, what we like about the existence of life, what we like about maybe what the media portrays about life.
We can start that
Sometimes,
on-
as
we can-
opposed to all the negative shit that they got going on with
We
it.
can start that day. I'm gonna start that day starting tomorrow.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
well.
It should be every day though. That's what I'm saying. Cause yeah, it should be every day that you're alive.
Right.
You should be appreciative of your life and everyone around you
We need
because
to get everybody else around us to appreciate it too, though. Or in the social media world, news, we're gonna start. What you said, National Human Awareness Day.
I'm a firm believer in the universal law. So it's like what you put out, man, it affects everyone whether you want it to or not. And whether they understand it affects them or not. And whether it directly affects them immediately or not. So that is why I'm having this talk about being desensitized. Because for the bulk of us that may be, you affect the ones that aren't. Because if you're willing to take a life, man, you traumatizing us.
Right.
We don't want to see that all the time. We don't want to be like, oh shit, it's a party. Somebody gonna get shot tonight. We want to be like, oh shit, that's my jam. It's a party going on.
Right.
Whose number am I gonna get? Who am I gonna dance with? Them
Right.
kind of questions, not who got shot.
Right.
You know,
Who,
and
if you go, if somebody is gonna be shit,
Yeah, and
you
to tell
preparing
you-
yourself for that.
and to tell
Fuckery.
you, I'm gonna show you how sometimes we know life be so we so desensitized to it. Because if I be like, hey, you heard what happened to Jay? Now ain't nobody gonna be like, what, Jay got a promotion at the job? The first thing they're gonna be like, shit, did he get shot? Something like that.
Right.
Well, hey, he in jail or something. It's gonna be that, one of the two. Did he get shot? Did he get killed? Is he in jail?
Right.
And I'm like, man, life is precious. Why can't we add something positive? Like, did he hit the lottery? Or did he
Right.
get his car fixed? You know what I'm saying? Something positive or some shit. The first 3 questions gonna be something negative. One of them 3 questions is Jay dead?
Right.
So, I mean, you know, that's how we think about life, though. Seriously.
That's
And I don't want it to be like that, man. I don't want it to be when somebody asks me a question, I'm gonna be like, God damn, is somebody dead or in jail? You know,
Right. Right.
and I guess, what, do we not spread joy to people? Do we not talk about that to each other some on the day?
We're gonna talk about joy one time on this podcast. That's gonna be
Yeah,
one of your
'cause-
topics. Joy, happiness.
I ain't talking about a Frankie Beverly song
No,
either.
we talking
and
joy
pain.
and happiness,
Yeah.
understanding, knowledge, and wisdom. We're gonna talk about that one day on the show.
Yeah, we'll get on that, man, because actually it's a joyous occasion to talk to y'all today.
Right.
Yeah, I get joy out of this. You know what I'm saying? I mark this day on my calendar. Mondays. I be looking, man. I ain't got to watch on me, but I be looking at my cell phone. Like,
Right.
I be shooting, lab that text.
This show-
7:30 is today. You know what I'm saying? Hey, 'cause I got to
Right.
talk to y'all, man. Like, y'all bring blessings, believe it or not, man. Understanding how to talk to you all have made me a better person.
Right.
That's what I mean by trying to spread positivity. When you do things, you know what I'm saying, that are positive, or when you try to do things to help people, you literally help your damn self.
That
And
is
you
true.
learn more, and you become a master at what you're doing because you're passing it on. So I'm getting real good at this, y'all, because of you all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I have people willing to tune in to me and listen to me. I'm willing to talk to y'all.
Right.
So we exchange and we trade in energy. And today we traded some positive energy about being less desensitized about lives.
Right.
You know, I'm not gonna let what's going on overseas and in these threats that you get all day on news break, you know, about China testing this missile here and this, to make me have less, you know, compassion for anyone that's involved.
Right.
Now, here's the funny thing, because I think the people that's involved in the wars, I think something wrong with them, and I think if you're going to be at war, only the people at war should be affected. Only the people willing to take lives. Not innocent bystanders. Don't be bombing villages. Don't take no POWs, you know what I'm saying? Citizens that ain't got nothing to do with it. Some kind of way they always become the casualty. And you see what I'm saying? Whenever I got some kind of problem or issue with somebody, I'm not going to involve no one that didn't have anything to do with it. So that's why war is a stickler for me. I can't really get down with that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because there's innocence involved. Now, like I just said, if everyone that want to play a part in it want to do it, then y'all go and depopulate yourselves and keep it away from the innocent that can get harmed in it. I also think, you know, since we're talking about, I guess, like the awareness of it and the value of it, there should be some punishment or something, you know, set for those that decide they want to take it, and depending on how many lives they take and how gruesome it is. I think if we know without 100% that they're not innocent and we know they're guilty, and let's just say they murdered someone, I think maybe the same thing should happen to them. Maybe then, you know, people would value the life and wouldn't be like, well, I was so mad that I lost my job, and in the heat of the moment I did this and I shouldn't have. We won't have many of those.
Right.
If, oh, okay, well, bow, here you go. You won't do that again. You won't, you know. Or, you know, the people that go out and do something like that same guy that shot that old man. You get the same thing. Like, we know you did this live, so guess what we're going to do to you live? You know.
Different
But that's kind of like that golden rule. That's actually doing to others as you would have them doing to you. See, I'm not going to shoot you, so you shouldn't shoot me.
Right.
But now, if you're doing that, then it should be done to you, so you shouldn't. So you won't be able to do that to someone else.
Right. Right.
That's kind of how I look at that.
Eye for an eye.
Well, that used to be in that Bible that we were talking about.
Eye for an eye.
Yeah, how they take that out?
Did they take it out?
Well, they changed it up. They remixed that thing.
What
They
it say
gave
now?
us a New Testament, which is not an eye for an eye.
Oh, okay.
See, I used to always say, oh, if I got to do it, I'm Old Testament. Give me that Bible then. Give me that. What you going to do to me, I'm going to do to you version.
So
Don't give me the version where I got to turn the other cheek. Because that don't even agree with nature. I'm like a pendulum. And you know what a pendulum is, don't you? If you hit a pendulum, it's going to swing a certain amount of distance, and then that thing going to come back with the same amount of velocity. And if you're in the way, it's going to hit you with the same amount, probably a little bit more force than you hit it with, because you're going to push it to go further. So you got to kind of watch how you treat people, in other words.
Okay.
You know.
I get what you're saying.
Because, hey, you know, there's some people out there that act like they're desensitized to life, but they meet somebody a little bit more desensitized.
There's always somebody
Meaning you don't care about somebody, but you might just tap them a good time. You know, break their jaw or something. You satisfied with hospitalizing somebody because you don't care that much. You know what I'm saying? You give them a hospital bill, but then you meet that person that be like, oh, okay,
Right.
I care a little bit less than you do, sir.
It's always.
Sir. Well, when you meet me, you're going to meet somebody that care about you.
Right.
I can tell you that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to do whatever is possible to not take it there and to sidestep all of these, you know, these negative solutions of violence.
Okay.
Yeah. There will be no shooting you over a parking space. There will be no desensitization and, you know, You don't have less value because you got your chicken sandwich before me.
Oh wow.
Seriously.
But I get it. I get it.
Yeah. That's another thing. I mean, some people think that what they got going on is so great that someone else is less than them. Their life don't mean that much.
That's true.
And you can't let your religion have you so high and mighty that you think someone else that may be an atheist or may not have your religious views that
Less
you
valuable.
know. Yeah, they less valuable too.
I agree.
So I think we touched on pretty much all scenarios we can with this
That's true.
desensitization, you know. It was just a topic that I think I had to touch on. I wanted to touch on because you can get so many different topics from that, like the teens with the guns that we were talking about that still had something to do with the value of life, you know, the social media that we had talked about previously, you know what I'm saying, how sometimes people are a little bit desensitized to what they say about people or how they treat people or what they post and what they're doing. So, you know, I figured it was time for me to get to the source of it. Now that we realize, you know, some of the tools which make us desensitized, and we see that this is an ongoing thing. It's been going since man has been in existence. You just have to use your own discernment, discretion, and compassion.
Right.
You know, I mean, the best way we can resolve it or put it into play is, like I say, the golden rule. I mean, man, you know, value someone's life as much as you would value your own.
There you have it.
Yeah.
Grace and mercy.
Grace, mercy.
That's it.
I appreciate y'all, you know what I'm saying, for this hour plus time. We'll be back again next Monday at 8. Shooter, I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah. Shit. Grams leaders CC's pounds. Close cash, close call, close encounter, close up. Pounds of liters of grams, get your dose up. Cut this up, post up, and get dosed up. This for them voted like the moving, make the most of. Monday night at 8, I can't wait to set you straight. These opinions and debates, for them folk they can't relate. I got to elevate your mind through these signs of the time. Dishing out that medication for that deaf, dumb and blind. And I ain't hard to find, you can catch me in them trenches. I do the groundwork and I ain't waiting on no sense. I be touching on them topics politicians fail to mention. And I don't vote for nobody that ain't got good